Come on, baby. Come on, this is what I do. Baby. Come on, baby. This is what I do, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I'm living my life like Beanie.
Hey, just like that, we back at it again with another episode of the Businessman Podcast, man. Episode, what's this? Episode 15? 15. Episode 15, man.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Clap it up for 15.
That's a good look. Yeah, that's a good look. Yeah, no question. Say less. Like I say, it's your man Bustamove, man, Businessman Podcast. You know, we definitely touch bases on accountability.
Accountability
today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got some special guests here today, man. I want y'all to introduce yourself, fellas. Go ahead.
Allow the mayor.
The mayor.
Allow the mayor I am. Big Landover.
You can follow him on Instagram at
Allow the mayor.
all right, now straight up.
Talk to him.
Mr. Accountability himself, man. Easy. Uncle E. Whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me a bitch.
A national treasure.
You know, I forgot the name.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We got a little, you know.
Road runner Bill, man. Used to be a road runner.
That's all right. So let me start it all by this. Let me ask you. Since we're talking about accountability,
right.
We have special guests.
Right.
How easy is it for you all, one at a time, how easy is it for you both to take accountability for your actions now rather than how it was when you was 20, 21, 22, or younger?
I think I always been accountable. But now, it's a lot easier. If I look back when I was 20, 21, I was accountable, but not all the way accountable. Not all the way accountable.
Like, give me an example how you feel like. Give me just a tad, like a quick situation where you felt like you weren't accountable.
Like, I wasn't.
To where you are accountable now, and I know everything.
Personal situation, I wasn't accountable for. I can look at it now as a man, and I played a part in that.
And I don't want to go into a situation, but just give me something. Like, it could be like just something small. Give me something small, and I know everything. It could be with women. It could be at work. It could be anything. Cause
I can't think on the top of my head without getting too personal.
All right, Uncle E. Uncle E. Since Bilal doesn't want to tell the truth, and accountability is it?
I'm a little private.
All right.
Telling my business.
We open up here, buddy.
Yeah.
Younger, I think I've always been accountable when I was younger. Now, as far as accountability, you mean for me or
yes, sir.
All the way?
Yes, sir. You.
Younger, I ain't really. I ain't know how much responsibility I actually had out of all my friends until I was like 17. So, like, my grandmother called me the ringleader, and I ain't know what that meant for a long time. And I used to get my ass whooped for me and other people. So, I never understood why, right? The accountability wasn't there. I'm still like, but I ain't do this, and I ain't do that. Mm-hmm. Even though I ain't have to do it, right? Versus now, I'm over-accountable. Like, I'm accountable for me and the shit that's around me that's in my name, right? Like, right now, I'm in somebody else's home. Accountability lies there.
Okay.
I'm accountable for me here. Now, if y'all was at my house, then I'd be accountable for y'all to, like, explain it. You might not know the rules at my house. That don't mean I tell you the rules at the door. We develop the rules for that situation as we go. So
as we go, yeah.
And that's kind of like an old soul, too. You got to keep in mind, like, that's when they say, man, like, certain dudes, how they look at things, certain dudes, you couldn't invite me out to your neighborhood because I don't know what your status is for your accountability in your own situation. You feel what I'm saying? So like I say, so if I invite you to my neighborhood and I tell you, man, you come on Orlando, you chilling with me, you with me, we out Kentland today, anything happen to you, going to fall back on me. You can't get robbed, you can't get disrespected, you can't get violated on no level because I got to be held accountable. Anything happen to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, man, I had a Muslim brother, and like I say, you my Muslim brother, you know what I'm saying? Salaam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
That's alhamdulillah. So you my Muslim brother. So I was doing business with one of the good Muslim brothers, man, and as we was doing business, and this is a true story, y'all, I go ahead, go take care of the business. He go take care of the business, and in the midst of taking care of the business, something just went down foul with him and the person he was doing business with. So when he come back to me, he looking a little low. So he like, and I'm looking at him like, what's up? Like, where's my business at? You know what I'm saying? And he looking at me like, man. But he felt he was violated, disrespected. But the Muslim brother showed me his accountability and him as a man.
Okay.
Because he was like, man, something went down. The shit just went down. But let me take care of this. Let me straighten this on my end.
Okay. Okay.
And he straightened it on his end with me. Because I was, he was basically playing a middleman for something.
Okay. Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that don't fall back on me, son. But it was so refreshing to hear a brother say that, because I didn't have to overreact.
Right.
I didn't have to even go into it. I didn't have to, man, nah, you tripping. Young guy was being so accountable for what happened. Like, let me rectify this right now. Boop, bop, bam.
Okay.
He rectified
Take
it.
a lot off an aggressive man.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why I always say, I don't never get into it with a sucker.
All the time.
Excuse me, I don't get into it with a man because I can understand a man. I get into it with suckers. I can't understand a sucker. Me and a sucker don't speak the same type of language.
All
You
the
feel what
time.
I'm saying?
That excuses, man.
Exactly.
Excuses
Exactly.
trigger aggression for me.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
not because I ain't have them, but I mean everybody got one of these type of people. It's like my blood boil. The more you can say, bruh, I fucked up. I mean, I messed up, and that's just what it is, right? And I had the opportunity, the option to say, all right, but if you come to me like I owe you a pass in any type of business, then you already wrong. I like to make my own decisions as a man. So when people form these excuses or as to why business went wrong, I could never stomach that. Like, I could never take it. Like, it'll show, then I can't be hiding it that I feel some type of way, because I would feel some type of way. Like, if I know I don't agree with what you're saying, I'm just gonna tell you. It don't matter after you initially made your statement. I don't care about nothing else you're talking about. This how we gonna do this.
And that's how you go through.
I feel like it's disrespect. I
You
feel
go
like
through everyday life like that.
hey, no matter what it is. It used to get me in trouble, like when I started working jobs, and like not agreeing with your manager. But it wasn't really the responsibility they gave you. It was more so how they gave it to you, how they spoke to you.
And I often say that though. I often say, I could say to you, man, your feet stink. And you be like, for real? Or I could say to you, man, your feet is stinking. And you could be like, dang, like, what's all that about? You feel what I'm saying? So it's never what you say, it's how you say it.
All the time.
And your level of insecurity too.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
That should have, it took me a long time to even understand what I was insecure about. Like, what part of me, or what, like, for a long, I think I had my son by then. I was probably 28, 29 when I realized I always said, I don't care what nobody think about me. I really did, because
it's human nature.
Right. But
It's human nature.
Everybody not provided the light that was provided to me. Like, I always tell people, like, people know me, but they don't know me. Not because you don't know me personally. Like, you've heard of me, but you've never seen me. You've never been able to put a name to that face. You always say, man, that dude, man, you know who I'm talking about? And I always loved it like that, because I never wanted to maintain each relationship. That's why I don't have a lot of friends, right? Because the effort I put into my relationships, I don't have it. Like, as a 90s baby, it's odd, but I care for the people I call my friends. And if, like, I'm going to give you all, period. I ain't got to say pause, nothing. Just know however it go, and we can, until you yourself, nobody else, play on my top like nobody else can. So,
You know what I will say too, I don't cut you off there, but I'm going to say this right here too. That's why we have two different statements where you have a friend and you have an associate. And that's where we done really disconnected from how we use the words and how we use, what is a friend and what is associate. Like, I got a best friend. We just had a great conversation. We had a good behind the scenes. Like I said, it's a Businessman podcast,
Shout out to
episode
Brains,
15, man.
Shout out to Brains.
And often when we come here, we dialogue before we even get started, man. You know what I'm saying? And we had some great behind the scenes statements. And I say this right here, I got my right hand man, been my man for 30 years. When I went to prison, he took care of my kids. We like
shout out to Brains.
Shout out to the fat man.
Shout out to Brains, man.
Shout out to the big fella. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
My man.
And I say this right here, we're like night and day. You feel what I'm saying? But that's my friend. That's my brother. That's my right hand man. That's my best friend. And I have a lot of associates. See, I use the word teach because I'm the oldest one in the panel. But I often teach you two because we just really getting acquainted with each other, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to start building as well. But I get on these two all the time, and I teach them that heavy the head to wear the crown.
All the time.
heavy the head to wear the crown, and then it falls back on. But what crown are you wearing? Right. Is it for the family? Is it the head of the household? Is it fatherhood? You know, is it an OG? Is it guiding? And that's why I say, man, I always say things I've been through. A lot of you dudes would have folded. Like I swear to God, I had two good men that's around me every day say, Slim, the things you were going through on social media, I don't know if I had the mental fortitude to deal with it. Yeah. And I always say, I'm built for this.
Because it's already in you.
It's in me.
When you noticed that you was even wearing a crown, when you know that you was that dude and responsible.
You know what's you saying fire is
period
in life?
That personality don't come with one responsibility. You know that come with a whole lot.
You know what I will say? I knew very early on, because in elementary school I was very popular. Okay. I've always been a popular kid. You feel what I'm saying? Elementary school I was popular. Middle school I was popular. High school I was popular. Okay. Then when I migrated to the streets, man, you know, when I realized I'm outside, I was popular. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Then when I went to prison, I was popular. You know what I'm saying? So like, but what made
he just came back from Chicago. Popular.
No, it's so funny.
Nah, for real.
No, crazy. Like, dog, I'm out Chicago and people knew who I was. It's funny because my godson just was doing a detail out there as far as with his job, and he was like, yeah, I was in Chicago, and the dudes were talking about Bustamove. And I was like, for real, son? He was like, Pop. They was like, yeah, man, they know the big bald head dude, the bald head guy, la. Granted, you know what I'm saying? It could be also, I've had a little riff with someone, and I don't care to mention the dude's name, but I had a riff with someone. I had a riff with a dude who he trolls everybody. You feel what I'm saying? But here nor there, I knew early on that I was the guy that would take on responsibility.
Run into it, or
I run into it. I kick it down. I kick it down like a brick wall. I'm gonna run through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I move on anything in my life, whether I am afraid of it or I'm ready to just tackle it, get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, when I almost lost my son. When I almost lost my son. You know what I'm saying? When I almost lost my business. You know, when I was facing life in prison just some years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like most dudes would have went on a run. Most dudes would have been like, man, I'm going here. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to stand on morals and principles. Right. I understand who I am.
Every day we talk. We talk every day.
We do.
We talk. I talk to all y'all every day, which is crazy. But we talk every day, and every day he tells me stand on. Not saying that I don't, because I will, but he say stand. If you say it, stand on it. Whatever it is, right or wrong. He always tell me every day, if you gonna say it, you gonna do it. Stand on it. You know, that's a part of being a man. So what he's saying right now, he's not lying, because every single day, some way our conversation just rips into him saying that. He say, because if you're going to do it, stand on it. Right or wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, like, I'd be like, you know,
I can vouch for Sykes. He going to stand on it.
I think majority,
I think we all would stand.
Yeah, no.
What you finna realize is something's going to make you, something's going to, like, the statement of birds of a feather flock together is a very true statement.
It is.
But I say this right here. You know, exactly. Yeah.
I like
birds of a feather flock. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I say this right here. Not always do y'all move in the same, because Sykes got ways that I don't agree with.
All the time.
Like Sykes, even in the midst of the podcast, I'll be like, I don't agree with him on that.
Yeah. You know he will.
I will. I'll be like, I don't agree with him on that.
Yeah, he will.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, when we say about each other, however he rocking, I'm rolling, and vice versa.
Shout out to Shot. Shout out to Shot.
We standing on that. You know what I'm saying? And that just become the mental fortitude, how to understand where you at mentally, physically, spiritually.
Sure enough.
You know what I'm saying? To know.
Yeah, somebody ain't scared.
You know.
That means somebody ain't scared. Like I believe in, right? Fear is necessary to a certain extent, right? Somebody got to be scared enough to notice something.
You know what I will say? Not even fear, awareness.
Awareness?
Okay.
I like awareness, because you want to know why?
I would say I'm aware. I would say my man's scared, though. Like, I got a scurry mind, but it's a good scurry. Like, I might be classifying it as scurry because it is, and you just won't admit it. but he watched everything
aware.
overly out of fear that something might happen.
And you know what though, quiet as kept?
Okay.
You know what I fear? What I'm gonna do to the next man.
That's what I was about to say.
That's what I feel.
I'm
terrified. Because you wanna know why? It's like, man, I said this right here.
I don't want to kill nothing.
Premeditation is a real thing, son.
Yeah.
And if you premeditate something or you put yourself in a situation where you go say, you know what, I'm about to go do this and I'm gonna do that. I always say this right here. Man, listen, man, we lied to the judge and the prosecutors. Everyone else tell the truth. And that's what I say. And as we were having our sidebar conversation, I made it my business. What I said to you, you can say I said that.
Yeah. He stopped the whole conversation.
Because you want to know why? It's nothing that I don't say that I can't stand on. Now, granted, what I will say is, though, and I learned this from being a father, you know what I'm saying? I learned this from being someone's son, you know, someone's companion, a husband. I learned this right here. But what I learned is, this is what I have learned. Everything you say, you're not going to always mean. And it's so ironic.
Depending on the situation.
No, hear me out.
Okay.
Because why I say that, I had two women last night at my establishment that was getting into an argument. I took them on the other side, let them discuss it. Clearly, they were once was friends. What happened was they clearly having a rift because always a dude was in the middle of it. But whatever happened was another woman pulled another woman into it. The dude put everybody into it, and the woman must have said something like, she made a statement like, yeah, I just be glad when y'all get dogged or y'all just get crushed. So the other bride was like, why would you say that about me? If you feel that way, then approach me about it or do it. And she was like, well, as I was listening and as I was trying to not mediate the conversation, I just didn't want them to get to fight in my daggone club, you know what I'm saying? But as I was listening to him, I was trying to explain to her was, she was being emotional. She didn't mean it. She just said what she said in an emotional state.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a perfect example, Lord Kenny and them had a game yesterday. Lord Kenny threw 2 touchdowns. He threw a pass that I was like Big Ben Roethlisberger. I tell
Shout
you,
out to
Lil
Kenny.
Lil Kenny was balling.
Shout out to Lil Kenny.
They were up 12-0, but they lost 13-12.
Okay.
For real?
Yeah. Like, you know, when we talked earlier, they was balling.
Yeah.
And then Lil Kenny made a damn statement was like, I quit. And I said, Shorty, that ain't what we doing here. Because you don't want to quit.
Yeah.
But at that present point in time, in that moment, y'all ain't win the game.
That's how you felt.
That's how you felt.
Yeah.
But you didn't mean that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like I say, just food for thought.
Yeah, food for thought. Well, let me tell y'all, me, I take accountability for nothing.
Hey, your size is crazy.
Initially.
And the only reason I say that is because 9 times out of 10, which you all know, I stay to myself. So if someone does something to me or I've been pushed there, it's nothing that I ever wanted to do. I was watching an episode of Martin, and he told Gina, if you didn't, so Pam had wore a dress and he said it online. He told Gina, if Pam didn't wear that dress in the second place, you wouldn't have told me in the second place. Y'all wouldn't be over here in the third place. I wouldn't be missing in the game in the fourth place. Y'all owe me an apology. Yeah. And I stick by that. I stand by that. Because 9 times out of 10, that's why I asked him with situations. People drive you to do things. You could be the most coolest, most mellow, most understanding person. You can get driven there. Sometimes a lot of people just take you over the edge. Like one guy, we won't say his name.
Oh, my bad.
We won't say his name, but he takes people there. And I think it's crazy that everybody falls for what he does. People can get taken, and sometimes you don't feel like being bothered, like with BS. You don't feel like that.
But I want to hear, but hold on, because I want to hear what you go ahead.
Yes,
I want
sir.
you to chime in. I'm gonna chime in after you chime in, because I want to know where you going before I go there.
Because he said why?
All right. So this in general, right? It took me a little minute to understand this. People can only do to me what I allow them to do. Right? Sometimes I notice it too late, and it's already more than what it should have been.
It's already there.
When I know me and I know how quick I take care of business, like I don't let negative business live at all. Like people might classify what they want to, but it might hurt me at the end when I don't have control of it no more. When I could have been hurt it, just to hurt it, to let it know. Like let it be clear. I said this the other day. I said sometimes you gotta do things to people, even though you might look like a bully, just so the next person might just think a little bit more. Right? I might know I can beat you, but if you disrespect me, don't tell me how to deal with that disrespect. Period.
And that's why I wanted to. I wanted to. Go
I
ahead.
can agree with that because
Don't
me and
tell
him
me
is
how to-
different when it comes to that. But I get what he's saying. I
Don't
agree
tell
with
me
that.
how to
That's
take
all I'm saying.
disrespect.
Because I'm the type, I'd be like, it ain't got to go like
It ain't that serious. And I'm
But
tell you,
it is
man,
that serious
to
to
me.
him. But I'm looking at like how I can go. Like with you, I know how it's going to go with you if you get there. I don't want it to get there with you like that. But I can't tell you how to feel. But I feel like I don't want Kenny to do it like that. Because I know how Kenny going to go. I know where it's going to go.
It's gonna
You
happen.
know what I
I
will
don't
say?
want him to go like that.
And that's why I want. And I'm so glad I took the time because I know I love to talk when we doing the podcast. And also,
sir.
I overtalk some of our guests. So y'all, and shout out to constructive criticism for our fans. They be telling let someone else talk about some moves. So they always get me with that.
Shout out
So,
to the fans.
and shout out to the fans, man. Shout out to the supporters. You know what I'm saying? But I say this right here. The realest thing he said was, they only do what you allow them to do. But what the podcast is about today, shout out to the Businessman Podcast, episode 15. Accountability. Because what you fail to realize is, once you allow them to do this to you, you must be accountable for your next reaction, for what you're going to do to them next. And what I will say is, like I say, on my situation, man, you know, if I'm hooping and hollering, why you feeding into it? Why you bothering? If I'm calm and collective, why you feeding into it? Why you bothering? So it's like, what I just got to be mute? What I got to, like, you know what I'm saying? And I said this right here. The last little shenanigans that was tried on my name that I went on and debunk, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? The whole situation.
Cleared up quick.
Cleared it up quick. And that wasn't nothing but a blessing from Allah to be able to do that because Allah know my heart. I was able to clear it up real fast. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that want to know, you can go to the Bustamove 10 page. It's pinned up there. Go check it. Go read it. Go see it for yourself. Like I say, they can never play on my name like that. But I say this right here. If I wouldn't have cleared it up, would a lot of good men would have been saying, oh yeah, I knew that wasn't Slim character. But because I cleared it up now, a lot of the good men like, man, I knew that wasn't a homie character.
I want to ask you something. I don't mean to cut you off.
By all means.
In real life, right? And I'm privy to the situation that you're talking to. I was talking to Pat about it, right? This is a 2-point thing. One, with a clown, right, that keep reaching. I don't know when the world start, like, respecting penis pullers, right?
Okay. I like that statement. Pause on my end, but I said I like that statement. Pause. But yeah, right?
Where the respect come from when somebody clearly pulling on another man's penis, right? And we can say penis on YouTube, right? Penis pullers. They open out in the public. When I was growing up, you ain't catch them. Or people used to sneak and try to hate on somebody or get in somebody else's business. Right? It used to be wrong to be in somebody else's business, right? People used to deny even spreading the rumor.
Right, always say.
Now when we at a point now to where it's okay to be in being in somebody else's business is a job now, right? Now the transitioning stage, because like I said, there's 2 parts. Transitioning from being a gangster to being a full blown neighborhood watchman. It's crazy to me, right? And the people that support them are low-key neighborhood watchmen who want to tell them something themselves. So you kind of gravitate to what you about inside, right? I feel like this. When they come down to a coward saying something, right? Because any man that hide behind something and say, like if I was walking, I used to remember this. When I was young, I used to walk past this dude's house. I ain't gonna say his name, but he used to yell out his window at me, and I'm like, man, let me come outside. You know what I'm gonna do with you, you know? And I never could catch him, and I asked myself, why am I even saying something to this dude until I caught him outside? When I caught him outside, my grandmother ended up, his nose was broke. Grandma had to pay for that. Boom. But it was because of me. I could have, you know, for the longest time, my man, you're yelling out your window, saying things. Then I thought about it. Things that he's saying, how many friends was I actually going to lose in real life outside behind a cow?
I get what you're saying.
Now, if you came outside and said, hey, E, man, you hot, man, I might lose a couple if I don't do something big with you right then and there. But as far as the social media, you never seen me social media beef, right? Never, because I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you outside. But if I ever opened that door, I always regretted it, right? Because I'm like, dang, now I can't kill you. Man, if somebody else do it, I ain't gonna never be able to do it.
And that's definitely a mindset. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is though.
Somebody
like
up top for that.
Like as I as I listen to you say that and break it down, it's definitely a mind state. And see what happens is, you know, once you open certain doors, you know what I'm saying. Once you step into someone else's arena, and it becomes your arena, you got to rumble. You got to rumble now. You feel, then it becomes the art of war now.
You don't even know you stepped in there.
No. You know you stepped in it because what you feel to realize, like I say, technology. It's like I say, because my whole thing is, what is really getting in someone's business? Let me say why I say that right there, because you wonder why all of us put things on social media. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. We all do.
So once I put things on social media, I've opened the door for scrutinize and criticism on what about post on social media, whether it's my outfit, whether it's paperwork, whether it's this, whether it's that.
Doing.
So,
I mean, all that's your doing, but when you, like I said, I don't want to get it, like, this
we ain't got to go depth and
right,
go
this
depth
dude
into
heard that something was going on in my neighborhood, right?
Right.
Trying to get the business on another podcast and Washed Up Bama, right? And I'm like, how does this person even know about this? This some in-house some real deal in-house problems, and some in the dark, like, hey, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to know about that. Just to go back to YouTube and say XYZ he ain't even good in his own hood. And I looked at the opportunity that most people be having with anybody who run those the blogs and say, man, what would make them do that when they really try and stand on that business where they from? I'm not telling nobody, because this person might not make it about this thing here, right? I don't need the world to know what you did. Long as you know and I know and we squared off like that, I'm good. So I asked everybody, I said, man, it was the catch-22.
It's different mind states.
All right, come on, come get it. You know, and then, you know,
no question. But it's
like I was taught, or do we, man? Somebody else would deal with you, because that thing could have been dealt with just like that. Nobody would have ever knew about nothing.
But you know, it's really be different mind states too. It's your mind state. It's all in how you was raised.
That's
all
true.
in how you see things. All in, like, you know what I'm saying. And I always say, someone might say tomato. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But we all know they refer to the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just different sayings. So I say this right here: the way things go now in today's society, we have made social media such a pivotal. It's a pivotal thing in our life.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's become very pivotal in our life. And like I say, yes, Bustamove do stutter. Shout out to Ron and Ski Kids. Shout out to my brother Lil Stunner, man. Lil Stunner, we stutter. You know what I'm saying? But I say this right here, especially once we get passionate on things, because things in today's society is so. It's just like it's a nitpicking.
It is.
It's a nitpicking.
It is.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then what makes it even worse is no one does their due diligence.
Nope.
Yeah, not at all.
Never.
Anything you're doing for them.
And I don't care to be redundant. You know what I'm saying? Which means if you know what that means, keep repeating myself. Right. So I often say that. You know what I'm saying? Word of the day. Word of the day is do not be redundant. Do not keep repeating yourself. You know, once you make your point and once you say what you gotta say, you ain't gotta say it over and over again. And I fall victim to that all the time myself. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause as a Muslim, we do everything in threes.
Hey.
You feel what I'm saying? So if you ever look at me, if you ever see, I do things in threes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I might post 3 100s or 3 hearts. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know, just don't be redundant. You know what I'm saying?
Area? You think it's just the DMV?
No, I think it's
the world.
I think it's the world. I think it's technology. Technology has made everything to the point now. I got 1 million phones, when they're in my pocket, all they keep doing is going because now technology got so advanced that you can put the phone to the phone and get somebody's information.
Oh yeah. I seen that.
Yeah.
French kissing phones and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me. Like I said, I wish I never updated my phone. Not to segue to some crazy shit, but like I can hold my phone right here to somebody else's phone and give them information like that, right? But when I meant, like, is it just our area? Because in Landover, it used to be hard to spread a rumor about somebody. Like, it used to be real hard.
Unless you was going to stand on it.
Right. You had
to.
Like, if you was going to go after somebody with a name, you was going to have to do that in public, bro. Like, period. Like, so people was going to have to say they was there and seen XYZ in Landover. Now, the city was a little more looser because it was so many ways something could have got out, right? And I noticed that in D.C., a lot of girls start a lot of problems, right? It's always through a girl or through whatever.
Man, a lot of men too, girls and men too.
But women never had. Well, I'm not gonna say never, but they ain't had that full power to, because they ain't want to be embarrassed. we come from the defensive state
already.
Like, everybody defensive. I ain't even gonna play with my name like that. Like if I'm gonna say something about it, man, that thing better be true because if you somebody. Now all the nobodies, they never had platforms to spread nothing or control nothing. So when I'm saying people like somebody, like not literally like them, but to act as they do, bloggers is the thing. Blogging is one thing. Going trying to find some negative information about somebody to tell the world is penis pulling. To me.
And you know what I will say? But you know what I will say? But the people who's doing this have to hold themselves accountable as well, because at the end of the day, the penis puller can't pull the penis if he's not getting what he's been sent to him to be pulling penis pulling. And pause. I mean, penis pullers not gonna go with that one, but here nor there, like I say, that's a hell of a statement because that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I say this right here,
but no shame,
no shame.
They put penis and no shame out.
Like, I mean, they out here just. I mean, and then
it's crazy. The Ann Lee,
but also true. Also due to the various bloggers, they're not holding themselves accountable for how they moving either.
Right. Sure no due diligence.
No due diligence. And also, but it's not just one. It's multiple of them. It's multiple of them. It's just that some of them, it's like who platform is bigger. You got larger platforms, smaller platforms, but it's multiple bloggers that are making bad decisions by not being holding themselves accountable for the information they're putting out there, for, you know what I'm saying, just really the information that they're putting out there. They just run them information, you know what I'm saying? And I guess
men, women, not in a bad way, but a man shouldn't inherit those antics. Like if this thing, I don't prove this against you, right? Guess what? Just go home and make up something new and full fledged and tight. Was it like a? Nah, I don't even want to talk about that situation with that woman no more because that's a girl, right? I seen them fight like a girl, talk like a girl, act like a girl. He's a woman. I mean, listen, man. I don't know, but if you fight like a girl, argue like a girl, and you're a girl. Well,
hey, listen, we are tied to our opinion.
Punch somebody in the mouth
like a brain. We all got one.
When it comes down to art, Pat, maybe you can argue like a mom. I can argue, but I'd rather put my hands on you. Like really, if I got a problem, man, we can fight with nobody see. As long as, man, you know what time it is, man, we good. And if I was, we'll talk about that later too. But when it comes down to men carrying themselves like men, it's still alive. And I feel like it's enough of us, for real, to where as though we can make the narrative if you ain't coming outside, well, we can't. If you ain't coming outside, shut up.
Until you know what I will say, outside, though? But like I said, I said that too, though. The fathers have to, in the household, has to be held accountable. Because if you think about this right here.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of dudes,
accountability.
A lot of dudes didn't have father figures.
Nope.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sure no.
And a woman can teach a man how to be a man.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
To a certain extent.
But no, she can teach you how to be a good person, but not how to be a man.
Or she can show you how to be the man that she wants you to be.
All right, I'm gonna say this.
Okay,
right?
I like
from
that.
Personal,
she can.
From personal experience, right? My grandmother raised me, right? And my mother, right?
Big mama,
right?
Yeah, shout out.
Honestly, rest in peace, baby. And this the person I was telling you that I used to play so much. I was saying this off camera. I used to play so much that it was unpleasant, right? As a kid, like, it was annoying. Now that I'm older, I can see that it was annoying, and people wonder why I don't play now, because my grandmother literally beat the play out of me, right? Like, it's over with. Because
you had enough of this playing.
That playing turning, disrespect, and you basically disrespecting adults by playing with adults, right? I'm like, man, shit, I'm tired of getting my, like when it comes to really putting something there, it can be done. Now you maneuvering like a man, a woman can never teach you. But your morals, in addition, my grandmother, man, no granddaddy, no none of that. Straight up and down, man. I wish I would catch you moving weird. I'm gonna do that right there because you can't say. I wish I.
It's so fair to call them punks.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash you. And I came up on aggression from women, not men teaching. I'm mad. Let me beat up everybody. Nah, my grandma, 5'2", and I ain't playing about none of that. So when I took it outside, the men around me critiqued it. Take something, man, shawty. Nah, here you go. And then I by 19, I was fully put together, and that's when I had old soul. Oh, Shawty, how old are you really? And nobody believed I was born in the 90s. Nobody that ever sit down, man, ain't no way, Slim. Just because I never did the things that my friends did. I always found a lane, brung them with me, and then they'd do something, and they kicked off the train, right? And I hate this, right? Not to segue off again, but it's all right when I'm taking the loss. It's okay, everything beautiful. But the moment I say, hold up, we need to be losing if some losing going on. The campaign against me, after that, it always take 2-3 people to go against me for some strange reason. You need 2 other people to agree with you, kinda, for you to say, wrong for this, right?
Well, you know the saying is, the friend, the enemy of my friend is the next man friend. And that's
just because I'm me.
Yeah,
like I always thought it was a reason, but I'm like, I wasn't born with nothing. Like I ain't had nothing for people to be envious of. My grandmother tell me, man, they envy you. They envy the man you are, and you might as well shut up about that, because unless you about to change it, it ain't going nowhere. And I didn't get it till I was like 28. Man, envy other men who carry themselves like men all the time.
I always tell you to do I not?
All the time. I
don't wake up and put this shit on.
Men listen,
Like,
listen.
why
Let me
I
tell you
wake
right,
up like
listen.
this?
Men lust over other men more than women.
It's crazy,
I was just telling I said men make other men get women because of the way they act towards that man.
Oh, yeah.
I just told her, I said, Sice, it'll be a scenario where a woman will be with a man and you're talking about him, he think he this, he think he that, and now you're pointing out all these attributes that you say he think he is, that she sees in him now, but you don't know you're hating / lusting off this man, and then you know what no freaky, you feel what I'm saying? No freaky, and you lust off this man, and now you done made this woman feed into this man on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I had it happen to me literally, right? And I'm gonna say his name because he a sucker anyway. He from my neighborhood. I can't say Nugget. I think I told you, right? It was this girl.
Shout out to my man Cutthroat Nugget.
Fuck him. Oh, I can't curse. X him.
Now you can do what you want to do.
Nevertheless,
we all right. Speak your mind.
I'm outside. Man. Some girls pull up and he tell this one girl, this chocolate girl, man, I'm talking about cut up from the butt up. She was like that, back dope. He said, man, you can talk to anybody out here but him. And she walked right over to me and said, he said that I'm talking to you because he's told me not to, and I don't know why, but it's interesting.
That happened to me.
And I'm literally looking across, and the man looking at me like, you know me, man. Why would you say that?
Yeah,
I say, man, all right, bro. Don't
Shout
worry.
out to
Guess what I
Nugget,
do?
man.
Like, guess what I leave
Breathe,
with, but I
breathe,
never
Nugget.
had nothing like that happen to me so
That's
close,
happened to me.
so close at home. Like people don't
Mine
do
was
that.
close at home,
People don't
too.
do that to me. Not like openly, whatever. Not out of fear or nothing. It's just the disrespect. I've never had that happen, and when it happened, I'm like, I wonder what people say when I'm not here.
Oh man, you ain't gotta
In
wonder
my
that.
neighborhood, like that's how we do. When Pat comes see me, Pat know he good, right? Like Pat had a situation. He had a friend that'll speak to him every other time, but except from he see me, maybe he was trying to speak to Pat. I'm not sure, but he know I don't deal with him, so I wave him off. Like, man, hold on, Slim, we not about that. This not your entry to be politicking with me. We don't politic. And I don't like those type of guys who use another guy to get around another guy and talk to those. No, bro, bye. So Pat ended up seeing him later, a week, and he tried to Pat up, but he wouldn't risk the situation.
And I told him
when he was with me, and Pat
you
ain't
got to be kidding me.
Pat ain't
I came
shaking
in your neighborhood. I said, "What's up?" Because I was with him. He didn't say nothing. He see
not in
me
a
at
negative
the,
way.
Not
He
in a
just kept
negative
it
way.
pushing,
He
like,
kept it pushing.
I digress.
I see him at a restaurant. He like, man, what's up? You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
You can't
Man.
possibly think that I'm gonna dap you up. And you roll right past me. But man, this was a good one, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. The Businessman Podcast.
Businessman
Episode
Podcast,
15.
Episode 15, man.
Episode 15 with a good panel. And I say this right here, y'all.
Briefy, man.
You know, you know, we're very authentic on this platform.
Yep.
You know, we speak from the heart, you know what I'm saying? As men, we say what we say and we stand on it, you know what I'm saying? We stand on 10. You know, back to business, accountability.
Shout out to Uncle E.
Shout out to E, man.
Shout out to y'all, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say.
On the shout out, I always say he a national treasure. Like,
Man, chill, man.
Hey, don't forget.
I mean, I love it, man, because at the end of the day, man, you know, like anyone that was offended by anything that was said today, you know, I mean, may your feelings home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
May your feelings home, man, because at the end of the day, email them, you know, see what, look, technology. I said mail them.
Don't try it in person.
He said email them.
Old school.
Yeah, I told him put it in an envelope and put it in a blue box. He said email it. You know what I'm saying? So I say this right here, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. It's the Businessman Podcast, episode 15. We are general YouTubers, man. You can see us doing anything, anywhere, any given time, dialogue. And you're going to see a lot of these panels, man, where we try to bring, you know, some good brothers on, man, and we can just dialogue back and forth where we can build and we can understand where we're going with things, because like I say, accountability is something that's lacking here, and we're gonna speak of the DMV area because you know our platform is based out of the DMV area, but you know we trying to, you know, span this worldwide. So you know, to everyone out here, man, please be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Have accountability and move. Give us a but no, just give us a closing remark. What you want, you know, so how we can get up with you, things of that nature. You know,
okay. Like I said, my Instagram, Roadrunner Bill. What is it? Hold on, let me tell you verbatim because I don't really know. Follow me on Instagram, even though I probably ain't gonna accept a request because I know everybody that follow me. I'm a private person. Road_runner_Bill, right?
Follow him.
And I say, if we could do anything, if anybody listening, right, don't look up the imaginary people. If you can't come outside and see this person, and I'm not making this just about one person, this is about anybody, because I see a lot of Instagram back and forth on these blog pages. If you can't go outside and touch somebody, or slap them if you choose to, or shake their hand and embrace them on a forgiveness type, man, don't even deal with them. There's nothing for us to do. We can either fight or fix it. The long distance back and forth, I'm cool on that, right? Because a lot of people probably not going to, you know, they're not going to like what I said about certain things or certain people.
And they don't have to, though, because
they're not going to deal with me.
Exactly.
And I'm saying this, not to be a narcissist, but I am narcissistic, right? I am egotistical, right? All that. I used to deny it, but I am. But I tried to make sure it's not in a negative way.
Accountability, episode 15.
Episode 15.
I try to make sure it's not in a negative way. Just know if anybody doing any type of dealings with me, I'm this way because I know I'm putting 120% in making sure I'm representing myself as a man.
That's beautiful.
And
I like
wouldn't
that.
be able to really sleep at night if I knew I was only going to get 75% the next day from somebody that I'm putting, or a situation that I'm putting 120 in, right? Too. And I was riding up here listening to, but anyway, I was listening to Lil Riff, right? I like Riff, right? Not to segue off again, but I was thinking about all the people that done been internet harassed, right? He slid out of there. If y'all noticed that, like Shorty, really, it was nothing after that. And I was wondering, like, man, hold on. The world was wondering if he told, if he did this and did that. He posted something for like 10 minutes, and the shit went away because ain't nothing feed it no more, right?
Nah, no question.
And when I really watched, like, low key, a long time ago, we went to go do some business, and I remember he was in the background, kind of like, you know,
being militant,
while the other dudes was getting the money, right? And now he the guy with the money, and ain't nobody really standing behind him, right, anymore, right? And when you see somebody's growth, even though he young, he don't even know that you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even know that I've done business around him, and I remember him being a soldier, to where as though his money right, and nobody's really standing with Shorty behind him, right? And I say this to say, I say that to say this, right? Know your role, respect it, and just embrace it, because it is what it is. If you over 20, whatever you are, bro. Unless you want to be better, you can't get no worse. If you feeling like you feeling, man, it's already what it is. I tell people all the time, take a knee and get up out the game, bro. Quit. Don't get in my way or somebody like me, because it might be over with in any type of way, not just a negative, but a positive. I'm trying to give people the mind state of somebody who will do whatever's necessary, right? I'm not gonna go backwards. I'm gonna go forward. And if that means however, that's however. Openly telling you that you can die for playing with a man. You can be smacked out for playing with a man. People gonna feel bad for you, but it's still gonna happen. I don't care what happens. Like situation, slap. Oh, why you put it on it so you can see?
Hey, man, and with that being said, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to the YouTube,
So you
man.
can see.
Like, subscribe, and
Comment,
comment.
man.
The Businessman Podcast,
Businessman
episode
Podcast.
15, man.
And it was
Episode 15.
about accountability.
Accountability.
So hold yourself accountable.
Give me one. Give me
have
one
that.
closing remark though, Bilal.
Stay
Yeah.
true, stay you.
I like that. Stay
Bilal the
true.
Mayor.
Bilal the Mayor.
L-A-L.
Yes, Lord.
Underscore I_am.
Yes, Lord.
I love giving love.
He ain't lying either, man.
Bilal the
There
Mayor.
it is.
So we
Yes,
out
sir.
of there. It is.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
out of
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Y'all know what's
Yeah.
going on, man.